to go.
എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. ഇന്ന് ഞാൻ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് ഒരു യൂറോപ്പ് ട്രിപ്പിന്റെ വിശേഷങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളുമായിട്ട് പങ്കുവയ്ക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. ഞാനും എൻ്റെ ഫ്രണ്ടും കൂടെ ചെയ്ത ഒരു യൂറോപ്പ് ട്രിപ്പ്, 23 days long trip. So I think that is one of the longest trip I have ever done in my life. So we initially started planning, we'll do for a 2 weeks trip or a 12 days trip. So that was the plan. But the way the budget or the way the expenses were, we were like, we are going all the way by spending this much of money. Why don't we extend it for 1 more week so that there are so many places to see. Why can we do that? So അങ്ങനെ ആ ഒരു ഡിസ്കഷനിലാണ് ഇത്രയും എന്താണ് സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എയർ ടിക്കറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് സെൽഫ് കംസ് എ ഹ്യൂജ് ബോംബ്. ഇന്ന് നമുക്ക് കറങ്ങി സ്ഥലങ്ങൾ കാണാൻ കുറച്ച് ദിവസങ്ങളേ ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ വൈ ഡോണ്ട് ബി എക്സ്റ്റെൻഡ് ഇറ്റ് ഫോർ 1 more week? അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു തീരുമാനത്തിലാണ് ഞങ്ങളിത് 23 days ട്രിപ്പാക്കി മാറ്റിയത്. And it was an interesting trip. So when you do such a long trip, which there are multiple factors which you need to consider upfront. One, you should save a sufficient amount of money so that you are able to do this trip. So I think that process almost started a year ahead, where I started putting some amount from my income to save money for this particular travel. So that is one thing. So you should start saving so that because it's not as as cheap as the local any of the trips which we do. It's quite expensive. That is one thing. Second one is you should be able to take out that much of time and a number of days. So that also required planning. And when you are into work, it's not easy to get a holiday for 23 days at a stretch. So that was one thing which I had to take care and get that pre-approval, etc. And you cannot just if it's not happening and I cancel that, all that thing we cannot do, because you have to book the tickets ahead, etc. So that is one second thing. The third thing is regarding the planning. How much how early you are able to plan and decide your trip details. And so as early you book, you may get a cheaper flight ticket, you may get a cheaper accommodation, you may get a cheaper within the country travel, etc. And I mean, honestly speaking, none of these are my skills. I don't I've been telling this in my earlier videos also. Planning is little difficult for me, and saving money is also a little difficult. Getting upfront approval from a job, it's not about approval. You do not know what kind of work comes unexpectedly, so you do not know how will the work get impacted or not impacted, etc. So all these three were not my skill at all. And I think my friend who was traveling with me, she is the one who pushed me so much into doing all these three. And keep pushing, keep doing the planning, doing the homework, etc. So the entire credit on that part goes to her. I've been just being I was not contributing too much into that facts. And so that is how this trip happened. And so we started from Rome, from Italy, and we covered almost like 9 countries within these many days. So it was not an easy task to do the entire planning, including your internal travels and etc. So it was a humongous task to do. But as a whole, the entire trip we were able to cover whatever we have planned for without having any much difficulties, and having great experience in all these countries where we have traveled. And Europe travel was one of the best. Europe is one of the best country to visit also. So I'm going to share with you the details of probably each country when we have visited, the places we have visited accordingly. I may not have too many of videos because never thought about having a YouTube channel or uploading. And considering the memory, always we were clicking pictures, and videos we don't use much, so I have not taken much of videos. I may have only a couple of pictures, so I may try to do a couple of videos which is covering each country specific, what we have seen, how was our experience, what was special about that country, etc., etc. Hope you will enjoy this. So the first country which we have visited is Italy. Italy was such a beautiful country, and it's full of museums and art, and today it's not sufficient at all if you're someone who likes to know and able try like to see all this. These all we have heard or studied during our in our history books, etc., regarding this art and museums and etc. But the way they maintain or they maintain and they save and they project their art, etc., is fantastic. And the number of museums what Italy has is really, really amazing, and the amount of efforts put in to maintain the thousands of years old things, etc., was really amazing to see. So when you need to take tickets, you can pre-book, or you can take the ticket after going there. You can take it online as well, and you get the audio recordings if that is if you're okay with that. So that's a little more cheaper, or you may get a guide for you to explain, but having a guide may be a little expensive, but this audio recorder helps you to go to each point which has certain like number or a code which is written. So when you go to that particular place and then you press that button, you get to hear about that particular art and things like that. And without a guide, if you just without any information of a guide, audio guide or anything, you just roam around, it may not give you much idea about it. So it is, if you're really interested to know, you wanted to know what exactly it is and what is unique about it, what kind of painting it is, etc. You need to get this audio guide, and I mean that's a little expensive, because every now and then every museum which you go and explore, you have to pay for this audio guide addition to your ticket. So that, and it's in euros, so it's a little expensive, but I think all I like to know about the history and related aspects of the museum, etc., rather than just seeing it as a picture and coming back. So I was preferring to take that and spend my time, and it was really, really amazing to walk throughout the museums, and n number of museums. I think we couldn't cover all of it. We covered like a couple of them which was very famous and which was huge in multi floors, and the way they maintained, etc. It's amazing to see. This video will give you details about Colosseum, Roman Forum, Pantheon, Trevi Fountain, Piazza Navona, Piazza Venezia, Capitoline Museum. Colosseum is an oval amphitheater in the center of the city of Rome in Italy, and it can at a time could accommodate 50,000 to 80,000 spectators, and it was the largest amphitheater which was built at that point in time. പണ്ടുകാലത്ത് നിർമ്മിച്ചിരുന്ന ഒരു വലിയ സ്പോർട്സ് സ്റ്റേഡിയം പോലെ ഉള്ള ഒരു സ്ഥലമാണ് കൊളോസിയം. അതിനകത്ത് 50,000 50,000 80,000 ആൾക്കാരെ അക്കോമഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന അത്ര വലിയ ഒരു സ്പോർട്സ് സ്റ്റേഡിയം ആയിരുന്നു. അത് ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് ഡിസ്ട്രോയ് ആയി. അതിൻ്റെ റിമൈനിങ് പാർട്സ് ആണ് നമ്മൾ അവിടെ പോകുമ്പോൾ കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. അതിനകത്ത് ഈ ഗ്ലാഡിയേറ്റർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന അങ്ങനെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് യുദ്ധം ചെയ്യുന്ന അങ്ങനെയുള്ള സ്പോർട്സ് ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് ആയിരുന്നു കാണിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. ചോദിക്കണം ആരോടെങ്കിലും ഇത് ബസ് സ്റ്റോപ്പ്. കവർ ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. Next is Roman Forum. It's a rectangular forum surrounded by ruins of several important ancient government buildings at the center of the city of Rome. ഒത്തിരി പണ്ടത്തെ ഗവൺമെൻറ് ബിൽഡിങ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉള്ള ഒരു സ്ഥലമാണ്. അതൊക്കെ ഒത്തിരി എന്താണ് ഡിക്കേ ആയി ഇരിക്കുന്നത് കാണാം. പക്ഷേ ഇറ്റ് സ്റ്റിൽ മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻഡ് whatever is the remains available. To go to all these tourist attractions, you can take a daily pass or a 48-hour valid pass, and the buses are there like hop on hop off, so you can get in this bus with that pass at any of the tourist destination and get dropped in any of the next tourist destination which you wanted to visit. So ഈ ഹോപ്പ് ഓൺ ഹോപ്പ് ഓഫ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഓപ്പൺ ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് ബസ്സസ് ആണ് അത് അവൈലബിൾ ആയിരിക്കുന്നത്. സോ ഓണ് എന്താണ് ഡേ ടിക്കറ്റോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 48 hours വാലിഡ് ഉള്ള ടിക്കറ്റ് എടുത്ത് തന്നെ ഏത് ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് ഡെസ്റ്റിനേഷനും അതിനകത്ത് കയറാം. ഏത് ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് ഡെസ്റ്റിനേഷനിൽ വേണമെങ്കിലും നമുക്ക് ഇറങ്ങാം. എത്ര പ്രാവശ്യം വേണമെങ്കിലും അത് ഉപയോഗിക്കാം. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് എ വെരി കോമൺ ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ട് ഇന്റർണൽ ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ട് സിസ്റ്റം വിച്ച് വി സീ ഇൻ യൂറോപ്പ്. Trevi Fountain is one of the most famous fountain in the world. It's situated in the Trevi district in Rome. The fountain has appeared in several notable films, including Roman Holidays, etc. And one specific thing about this fountain is if you think about a wish and drop a coin in the fountain, that wish will come true. Piazza Navona is a public open space in Rome. It is very popular because of its picturesque appearance and due to some other attractions like this Trevi Fountain, palaces, churches, cafes, restaurants, etc. around it. Piazza Venezia or Venice Square is located in the center of 4 major roads of Rome. So you can use any hop on hop off service to get down at Piazza Venezia, and that is where the Capitoline Museum is located. Capitoline Museum is one of the world's oldest national museum, and this is world's first public museum as well. They contain an incredible collection of ancient Roman bronze and marble statues, medieval and Renaissance art. It gives a complete idea about ancient Roman art and history. And it is in 2 building which is connected each other, and it's a multi-floor, like 3 or 4 floor building. And on top of the building, you get a complete amazing view of Roman Forum as well. I have provided a route map here, which gives you a little bit of idea how far each place which is mentioned in this video is. And thank you so much for all your support till now. If you like this video, please press the like button and share your comments and share it with your friends and or groups. And if you are seeing my channel for the first time, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon for the notification to get you notified coming videos which I do in my channel.